Days when you just want to lay around and do nothing, especially after a stressful day at work, like today, yesterday, and probably tomorrow too.
It's not that I'm lazy, it's that I just don't care.
But when all those motivational videos just ain't cutting it anymore, maybe you can draw some inspiration from some of the hardest hustlers in the animal kingdom. Here are 10 animals that work harder than humans. What's up, Acnatics? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Our number one pick has no choice but to work hard day in and day out just to survive, so make sure to stick around for that.
Now let's knock this out of the park!
Number 10, Bluestreak Cleaner Wrasse. If you've watched the 2004 movie Shark Tale, then you probably know Oscar, the Bluestreak Cleaner Wrasse, who worked in the whale wash and fake slayed a shark.
Ow, what the?
As it turns out, there may be some truth to Oscar's storyline. You see, cleaner wrasses have cleaning stations where marine creatures go to have their bodies washed. Because even fish need their skincare routine, you know? While these fish get a spa day from the cleaner wrasses, the wrasses in turn feed on the parasites and dead scales that they've removed from their filthy customers. They do this to thousands of fishies for 4 hours a day.
Now this is a mutually beneficial thing for them to do. Another fish gets to be free of parasites, and they get to eat some parasites.
And because of their beneficial role in the marine ecosystem, it's become an unspoken rule to not clean the cleaner wrasses. Even the sharks know this rule.
Fish are friends, not food.
4 hours of cleaning other creatures? Huh, that's lazy compared to our top animal. Keep watching to find out what it is. Number 9, Hummingbird. They may be one of the smallest species in the bird kingdom, but hummingbirds can sure carry their own weight, and I mean literally. The hummingbird is one of the few bird species that can hover mid-air. They do this by flapping their wings rapidly, which makes a humming sound, hence their names. Larger hummingbirds can flap their wings 12 times per second, while the smaller ones can go over 80 strokes per second. This can go way faster when they dive abruptly, flapping as much as 200 times per second. Here's a clip of a hummingbird in ultra slow-mo. That intense flapping sure needs a lot of energy, so hummingbirds have to feed themselves constantly.
Well, they eat a lot. They eat half their body weight each day. They need a lot of energy. The fastest metabolism of any creature or any animal.
Their appetite doesn't come as a surprise considering how hard they work. Heck, I just lay on the couch and I get hungry. Number 8, bowerbird. Hard work isn't just driven by the need for survival. Sometimes you gotta work hard to win a lady's heart too. And no other bird does courtship like the male bowerbird. For these creatures, the bird with the best looking bower or shelter wins the girl. And looking at these bowers they've decorated with sticks, pebbles, flowers, and shells, they could certainly give the Queer Eyes Fab Five a run for their money. They staged their bowers in a way that would make them look bigger when viewed from a particular angle. But aside from decorating their shelters, bowerbirds also perform courtship rituals to attract females. From expanding their pupils alternately, making wheezy, throaty sounds, to waving his wings like a torero's cape. Male bowerbirds will stop at nothing to seduce his lady love. They certainly don't need no wingman. Get it? Wingman? Anyway. Number 7, Arctic Tern. With their small bodies, short legs, and narrow wings, it's hard to imagine that these birds can fly long distances. But Arctic terns have so much endurance that they can travel the whole 50,000 miles from Greenland to Antarctica within 90 days. That's like flying around the world twice over. No wonder they hold the record for the longest migration of any animal. Arctic terns can fly 1,000 miles per day and can even sleep or eat while they're gliding. They can clock in around 1.5 million miles of travel during their lifetime because they don't usually fly straight to their destination. These small seabirds tend to wander across oceans and continents and make several stopovers in search of the best food and the best weather at that point in their journey. A creature who lives to travel? I think I found my spirit animal!
Travel is so important. It leaves you speechless, then makes you a storyteller.
Number 6. Emperor Penguin. Parenthood takes a lot of hard work too, and emperor penguins know this all too well. They'll even forego eating for months just to protect their babies. Talk about dedication!
Not sure how long we can hold on.
Male emperor penguins travel around 50 miles to their hatching ground during mating season. After they mate, the female penguin produces an egg, which she then passes to the father. The mothers spend months traveling to the ocean and hunting for food, while the male penguins huddle together to protect their eggs from the harsh weather. During that time, they will not be able to eat until their partners come back. When the female emperor penguins finally return, their bellies are now full of food, which they will regurgitate to feed their newly hatched babies. They then switch roles and the mother continues protecting their chick. Are they the best parents in the entire animal kingdom, or what?
Boys, we did it! Mission accomplished!
Number 5. Ant. These bugs are known as some of the most industrious and most highly organized creatures on the planet, and they've become a fixture in pop culture.
We can all stand proud. It is time for a new beginning.
Just take a look inside one of those anthills in your backyard and you'll see complex yet systematic communities, with each ant taking on a well-defined role, pretty much like a minuscule factory.
There you go! There you go! Watch my eyes, don't look away.
Leading the colony is the queen ant, whose primary role is to reproduce as many ants as possible during her 15 to 20-year lifespan. Worker ants, on the other hand, take on various roles depending on their age. There are worker ants who act as security guards, tunnel diggers, cleaners, food collectors, egg caretakers, and even farmers who drag back leaves into their lairs and cut the leaves until they wear their jaws out. Number 4. Beaver. If you've ever been called busy as a beaver, then consider it a badge of honor, because beavers work their butt off all the time. Considered as nature's engineers, beavers build dams along rivers and streams to create ponds that they can call home. But before they can construct their shelter, beavers have to work tirelessly from head to tail. They start preparing their home during the late summer well into fall. Beavers gather wood by chipping away at the trunks using their front teeth. They can even fell an entire tree just with their teeth. The beavers then cut the wood into smaller pieces for easier transportation. Using their tails, they lay the sticks into the mud and stack them layer after layer until it forms a deep pool of water. And the results of their hard work are so impressive, they deserve their own HGTV reality show.
We're all about the 3 R's. Refurbish,
Remodel.
and...
Religion is a drug.
Number 3. Salmon. These fish exhibit their perseverance and resilience when it's high time for their homecoming, because virtually nothing can stop salmon from going back to where they were born, not even strong currents, heavy rains, or rampaging waterfalls. You see, salmon are considered anadromous, which means that they hatch in fresh water, mature in the ocean, and then go back to fresh water to reproduce. Both Atlantic and Pacific salmon spend up to 5 years in the ocean trying to store energy for reproduction. Once they mature, it's now time to go back to their home river. To reach their destination, they have to swim upstream against river currents and leap up waterfalls. Just look at these salmon powering through the rough waters. It's such an exhausting journey, and they end up spending all their energy just to reach their mating grounds. Number 2. Honeybee. Just like ants, honeybees have become a staple in Hollywood animated movies. Thanks to their industrious reputation, we humans can learn a thing or two from. Honeybees have specific roles for everyone in the colony, similar to ants. Queen bees have to spawn new bees constantly, while worker bees do all the dirty work. The worker bees are in charge of collecting nectar and turning it into honey. They tend to forage almost every day of the week for 10 hours a day and go through around 8,000 flowers each day.
That's pollen power, kid. More pollen, more flowers, more nectar, more honey for us. Cool.
But aside from producing honey, worker bees also have to clean and guard the beehive and feed their brood. And as if that's not enough work to last them a lifetime, the workers also act as temperature controllers. They flap their wings to generate heat during winter while they sprinkle water on the honeycomb during the hotter months. As they say, no rest for the wicked. Before we go to our number 1 pick, do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content. And of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app settings. Number 1, Shrew. Everybody needs work-life balance, but shrews can't afford that because to them, working and living are inseparable. Shrews have a speedy metabolism, so they have to eat every 2 to 3 hours just so they won't die of hunger. With an average lifespan of 1 to 2 years, that's a whole lot of work for these tiny mammals. Every day, they have to consume small slugs, snails, insects, and worms that weigh a total of 3 times their body weight just to live another day. But what happens when winter comes? Shrews can actually morph their bodies and shrink by 30 to 50% of their body mass. This includes the bones, skull, and internal organs. Since smaller bodies require less effort to move, they'll need less food to gain energy. So, which of these animals are more a workaholic than you are? Let us know in the comments section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? From hard-working bugs and beasts, let's go ahead and get to know the animals we didn't know actually existed. Check out our list of the 10 most amazing newly discovered species right now. Till then, stay productive, Factnetics, and see you in the next video.